Hello, my username is Flipfoot. I'm going to talk today about the geology of Minecraft and how it relates to the real world. I'm going to focus on two types of rocks today. The first of these is igneous rock. Igneous rocks are created by magma that is cooled. This can either happen intrusively over time, creating rocks with much larger crystals like granite and diorite, or much quicker if lava touches water, like this. The latter reaction results in extrusive rocks like obsidian and andesite. Let's look at the Minecraft version of these rocks in more detail. The first rock we're going to look at is the extrusive andesite. The game doesn't go into much detail about the andesite, so really the only thing we can judge this by is its look. It has smaller particles in it and is medium gray with some lighter darker particles throughout it. If we compare this to a real world sample of andesite, we see someone did their homework in programming this to be pretty spot on. The next block Minecraft got specific and named is the intrusive diorite. Compared to andesite, diorite is much lighter and has a more varied assortment of particles. When we compare this to a real world sample of diorite, we again see it's pretty close. It's hard to tell if there are any crystals because the detail of Minecraft is low by design, but it's close enough for me. The next block Minecraft named is granite, another intrusive rock. This rock is pink and looks more jagged, well, as jagged as a square block can be. But when it's in its polished state, we can see it contains fewer particles. The real-life granite varies wildly based on its composition. Because this sample is more pink, it contains more potassium feldspar than everyday granites. A real-life sample of this rock with a similar composition would look like this. And again, we see Mojang did their due diligence. The next block I will touch on is one we created in our experiments, the extrusive rock obsidian. This rock is black in Minecraft, and I think they added the purple hues to make it look shiny, but they failed in my opinion. If we compare this to a real-world example, we see two things. First, the color is black in both samples, so that's right, except the purple for that's just wrong. The second thing is that real-world obsidian is a very hard rock, and in Minecraft it's just as hard. This pickaxe I'm using is a diamond pickaxe with an efficiency 5 enchantment. This can cut through all other blocks like butter, but obsidian is different. It does eventually break it, but as you see, my color timer is much slower. The next two blocks are really the reason I made this video. The next block is a mystery because the game just identifies it as stone. That's not good enough for me, so let's take a closer look at it. It was created in a similar manner to the obsidian, so that tells us it's probably an extrusive igneous rock. The next thing I checked would be texture, but since I'm behind a computer and my character has blocks for hands, that's not really an option, so I just have to move on to color. The color is similar to andesite, but without some of the lighter particles. Based on the fact that Mojang created these blocks based on accurate real-world models, except obsidian, but hey, no one's perfect, I began researching and found one rock that fit the criteria for the mystery stone, rhyolite. The last block I wanted to define is a bedrock. Like the stone, this is a very vague description, so I had to look at the surrounding areas. In the game, bedrock is located at the lowest level of the world and is unbreakable, as you can see here and again at the end of the video. Since there isn't a truly unbreakable rock, that's not a good criteria to use, so I'll focus on any others. The lower you get in Minecraft, the more frequently you encounter lava. This is important because it leads me to think that the bedrock may be metamorphic. Metamorphic rocks can be foliated or not, meaning that they have distinct lines of minerals. I want to take a closer look at the bedrock, but was unable to with a smaller sample, so I improvised. Looking at the slightly larger sample, I noticed that there's a little foliation, but it doesn't really continue throughout the sample, and there's no pattern really. This makes me think that it's a semi-foliated rock. I took a similar course of action with the stone at this point, looking at samples of non-foliated rock, and I found amphibolite. It looks similar to bedrock, and according to my sources, the metamorphism sometimes flattens and elongates the mineral grains. Looking at the larger sample, there are spots I would call elongated. So in this video, I think Minecraft matched the real world fairly well. With the exception of obsidian, the identifiable rocks looked like they should, and the blocks that weren't defined, I found a possible real world equivalent. Not to say everything in Minecraft is perfect, but at least the rocks look like they belong.